Thinking back to when you were growing up, what were your earliest memories or impressions of police officers? You thought it was cool because you like to see the guns and all.
Guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you early elementary school or?
It was, I'll say, kindergarten, elementary school. That's
Yeah.
my first impressions because those guys were just so cool to me.
Uh-huh.
And even when I would see my dad interact with police officers, it was always a positive.
Yeah.
It would be saying hello, good morning to them, or wherever. If we see them at the grocery store, at the gas station, they're people. And
I'm liking what you said that. It's a life change when you think about it. When we were kids, I mean, I'm almost twice as old as you, but when I was coming up, I liked seeing cops. Now, and you're talking about when you were in the grocery store, you liked seeing as well. Think about how people are to them now. Do you think it's upbringing or their perspectives that they're transferring to their kids to me, and maybe I'm just misinterpreting, maybe there are kids, and I think there are, that still like to see police officers, but it's changed, hasn't it?
yes, it has changed drastically. I think I still see a lot of positive interactions, but I think for the most part, within like maybe the past 20 years,
Yeah.
around that time, give or take, that a lot of the things that you hear about parents teaching the kids about police officers is that they're out to get you, and that's negative, and that you need to stay away from them. And I personally have had people that I'm close to that don't care for the police, and we've talked about it. You know, I've had discussions with them, and pretty heated discussions with them, because these men and women are out here risking it. I know exactly what they're trying to do, and I understand it, and they want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we can't account for the few bad apples, because there's going to be bad apples in every bag, right? But for the most part, yes, to answer your question, I do think I, of course, still speak to policemen, treat them with respect.
Yeah.
Because I know that the image has been kind of tainted because of what we've seen in social media. So I got a whole different opinion about that.
Yeah.
But we could talk about that another time.
Okay.
And but yeah, I just think that it has been a negative perception given to those guys because of some of the things that has happened that we do not have all of the facts about. You know, but when you have to gather all the facts about a situation before you can judge it. Okay, and I didn't mention this earlier, but for give or take 5 years, I was a bouncer, a security at a nightclub.
Okay.
For give or take 5 years. Now, in no way am I trying to say that that's anything compared to.
No, I understand, but I'm sure you had some interesting interactions.
Oh, I can give you stories. Plenty stories of interactions that I've had, some of the fights, some of the things that I've had to do, and it developed my people skills a lot on how to handle certain situations. Because you're dealing with nightclub, you're dealing with a lot of alcohol consumption, and you just know how to. You have to know how to speak and how to handle people.
Yeah.
You got to know that some people you can be a little bit more aggressive and rough with.
Yeah.
But there's some people you just have to kind of just talk to, kind of just like we're talking here, you know. But some people you have to go there a little bit. But so that also gave me kind of like all right, these guys. I mean, I'm just in here escorting people, kicking them out, and once they get outside, once I kick them out, the police have to deal with them because I can only deal with them inside of the
club. Yeah.
Now, if we need to, we have to call the police to come in the club if something happened. But for the most part, once they get outside of that nightclub, they belong to the city. And they belong to the police, which we always had police on site.
Yeah.
So, that's just a small glimpse of what I did. It was just a small glimpse of what they have to deal with. So.
Have you ever had a particularly memorable encounter with a police officer, either positive or negative, and that significantly influenced how you view law enforcement?
Yes, I can think of a couple of. I was a freshman in college in Athens, Texas.
Okay, and you played football?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I was driving a buddy of mine's pickup truck just to go get some food.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately when I got in the truck, I'm like, oh, it smells like weed. I knew they smoked weed. It smells like weed in here. Mm-hmm. And I said, I sure do hope I don't get stopped, because if I get stopped and he smells this weed, he's going to want to search the car. And sure enough, on the way back to the dorms, I got stopped because of the license plate. The light was out.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, I mean, it's a violation.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, dude. All right, so he stopped me, and of course I was respectful. He asked me, he immediately smelled the weed. He got me up out of the car, searched the vehicle. I sat on the sidewalk. I did exactly what he told me to do. Mm-hmm. There wasn't no arguing, wasn't no, and that's another thing that folks have to stop. They have to, when these people pull you over, it's gonna work itself out.
Yeah.
Remain calm and just
do what they
say.
Yeah.
Say yes, sir, no, sir, and answer the questions. I'll tell you the rest of the story first. But I sat on the sidewalk on my hands like he instructed me to do while he searched the vehicle. He probably searched for like 10 minutes. He couldn't find anything, thank God, because I didn't. I just grabbed my buddy's truck, my teammate's truck, and
they weren't even in the truck with you.
No, it was just me.
Wow.
It was just me. So I was like, I told him the truth. I said, that's my buddy's car. I'm going to get something. Got me something to eat. And he couldn't find anything. And he sent me on my way. And so I'm like, okay. And so I didn't think he was rude or anything. I just thought he was doing his job.
Yeah.
He was, and so that's one interaction. Then another interaction was a situation where I was with a buddy here in Dallas. I was in high school. And we were going around doing something that we were not supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. Okay, looking for some things that we were not supposed to be looking for.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we were looking for trouble, and we were in this neighborhood, and we were kind of looking for this house so that we can get some things that we didn't need to get.
Yeah.
So he saw us he knew what we were doing because he saw us kind of back and forth. He stopped me. Yeah, immediately was respectful. And he asked, what are y'all doing? I said, I'm just looking for my homeboy house. I was just trying to make up some kind of lie.
Yeah.
I was like, looking for my homeboy house. Mm-hmm. And he and my other friend with me started getting kind of smart with him. And I'm looking at him, but just chill, And he kept on raising his voice, kept on disobeying what he was. I was driving. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, let me talk to him, and so what happened was he had another police officer pull up behind him. So it was two guys. The other guy was over there talking to him, talking to my friend at the time. We're no longer friends.
Wow.
So that was he was being very smart and disrespectful to him. Uh-huh. I kept calm, kept my composure, answered his questions. He said, I know what y'all are doing. I know what y'all are looking for. You need to get out of here. And I said, yes, sir. And he told me immediately, he said right then, he said, you need to be careful of who you bring with you, because that guy right there is going to get you into a lot of trouble. And I said, yes, he is. Uh-huh. I said, you best believe I listened to him. Mm-hmm. So, yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Jason, in your opinion, and I want you to give me your opinion, what are the three most important qualities a police officer should have to effectively serve communities like the one we're in right now in Waxahachie? It could be the big city or a town like Waxahachie. What do you think they
three most important qualities?
Yeah.
Okay, one of them, and this is not in any particular order, I'm just trying to think of three important qualities.
Yeah.
People skills.
Okay.
Know how to talk to people, know how to interact with people. Composure. Mm-hmm. Stay in control. Keeping control of your emotions, and just keeping control, keeping your composure in even the most heated situations, and also just knowing how and when to react in situations, knowing when it's necessary to use force needed and when it's not necessary to use it. Just knowing how to judge those situations. I think that's, to me, I think those are three huge qualities that a police officer should.
I think that's fair enough. I think it's fair enough. How do you think the role of police officers has changed since you were younger, and are these changes for the better or for the worse?
The roles?
Yeah, the roles of police officers. What they do, how they interact with people. Their duties. Has it changed? I mean, we've seen pictures when Officer Friendly was shaking hands with a young kid. Now we don't see all those pictures now.
That's true.
Maybe it's because social media doesn't want us to see it.
Yeah. I do think it's definitely a change. I think as far as the duties are still the same. I think the duties are always going to be the same. What was the other part of the question?
Well, are these changes for the better or for worse?
For the worse, because like you said, we don't see. You don't. I can pull up social media, and most of the police stories are not positive.
Yeah.
And it's not, even though I know there's a lot of great guys, great women out here doing great duties and great to serve their communities. We don't hear about them. We hear about them sometimes.
Yeah.
But the negative ones get blown up the most. And unfortunately, people form their opinions of police based on that.
Wow.
So,
what do you believe is the biggest challenge facing law enforcement officers in Texas today, or law enforcement officers, period? What's the biggest challenge they face?
The biggest challenge they face, I mean, is any situation that they can be of assistance or not. It looks like there's going to be somebody looking to sue.
Yeah.
It's going to be somebody looking to get them fired more than ever. It's not even, I think they're not only in Texas, but everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I guess especially here in Texas, really. You know, because I think it's going to be more, you hear about more civil complaints and everything like that for situations that are, you know, or the not the policeman's fault.
Let me ask you this, Jason. If you could give advice to a young person considering a career in law enforcement, what would you tell them?
I'll tell them absolutely go for it.
Okay.
Because, I mean, no matter what, there's always going to be adversity. It's just what are you going to do in that adversity? I mean, if you know that what you've done, if you stick to your morals, stick to your rules, stick to your protocol, then it's going to work itself out. I'd say absolutely go for it, because I mean, one thing I know that the technical name for it is what, civil servants.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got great benefits.
So
I mean, and there are still.
It does pay well, and I think it could pay better. But I think
I agree with you on that one.
I think that the profession is kind of funny. You talk to young people who want to know, what do you think police officers make? You hear all these crazy things. $12,000 a year. Are you crazy?
You know, it's broke.
Yeah, but when you tell them, depending on where you're at, the average officer starts out at $65 a year.
See, starting off.
Yeah, and you go up from there. They're impressed with that.
I'm impressed with that.
It shouldn't be why you decide to be a police officer, but understand that that's something that you do take into account. I got to be able to feed myself and take care of my family.
And starting off at that number, that's a good number to start off.
I think so too.
There's not a lot of professions starting off at $65,000.
No,
even today.
Yeah.
So, I think a youngster should definitely consider going into law enforcement.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What do you think about community policing? When you were a kid and I was a kid, of course I'm older than you, we used to see the cops out, and they knew some of the people in their neighborhoods, and the police would interact with the public. Do you like that, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I do. I think it builds a trust that if you get to know these guys and you get to know like who's serving your city, then I mean that's good for the community. That's good for people to see. That's good for police officers to know who they're dealing with. I like the community part of everything. Community is it's another thing that's kind of we've gotten away from.
Yeah.
But it still exists, and it's in that I think that seeing officers interact with their communities is great.
Yeah.
And so
I think you're right.
I don't get to see. I met I think just a couple of guys here in Waxahachie, and I've shook their hands. I can't remember their names because it's been a while, but hopefully, I get to see those guys again. Matter of fact, I want to make sure if I'm in the store and I see a Waxahachie, I'm just going to go up to him and shake his hand. I know we're talking about it.
Yeah.
So, if he's not in a hurry or anything, I'll just try to go and say hello to him.
Yeah.
Because I
think they appreciate that.
Yeah. I love seeing police if they're driving around a neighborhood. Like if I see a police in a neighborhood, I wave it. I like it. I like seeing it because I like seeing it.
Yeah.
I do.
That's good. Well, how important is it for you that you see police officers out here who look like you?
That's huge. And I love seeing that too.
Okay.
I just got through looking at the Dallas police, and it was about 6 or 7 of those guys. It was black men, and I loved seeing that.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was like, look at those guys, and I made sure to speak to every one of those brothers. It was early in the morning. I just walked by, say, "Morning, brothers, and how y'all doing?
Yeah.
Man, y'all have a good day. Thank you for what you do." That's it.
Okay.
It just took a few seconds.
Yeah,
hey, they were real cool guys. Seemed like it. And once again, it brought the kid back out of me because they had the bulletproof vests on, and it looked cool to see those guys standing around just kind of talking and just hanging out. And I'm like, man, that's like, I tell you. And it looked like they weren't. It looked like they were just maybe stopping to get a coffee or something. Yeah. But I mean, hey,
and relaxing.
And relaxing fun. It didn't look like they were in a situation. But I think I love seeing that black men as police officers or any kind of law enforcement.
Okay.
I love it.
Jason, looking ahead, what gives you hope or concern about the future relationship between police and the communities they serve?
Well, the hope is that people will just get off of their freaking phones and understand that all the or matter of fact, let me go back. Let me rewind.
Okay.
Post more of the positive things that they do, and show people that these police officers are here to help and they're here to serve. And so I would hope that more and more people, more and more of the hate would just kind of go down.
Yeah.
And more of the appreciation would rise for what they do. And I'm glad that, thank you for having me.
Thank you for giving your perspective.
And I hope that this can at least help somebody change their view if they have a negative view. Hopefully this can change it, because I am a big black man myself. I'm 6'4", 350 pounds.
Wow.
And I don't.
An ex-lineman, ladies and
offensive lineman.
That's right.
And I have never seen a policeman and gone into fear ever, which is something that black folks, a lot of black don't say. It's like, I have never seen a police officer and became fearful.
Yeah.
Because I got pulled over. I didn't become fearful.
Yeah.
It's going to work itself out.
Yeah.
So I would hope that people would just understand that these people are people, and they have families to feed, and if they don't right now, that eventually their fathers, their sons, cousins, uncles, friends, all of that, and they want to go home at the end of the day, just like you do.
Yeah.
So,
Jason, I couldn't have said it better. I got to tell you again, thank you so much for being a part of this conversation.
No problem.
I can't wait to see what the reaction is.
Me too.